Hey folks, welcome again to EDU 390. I want to go over this week's module. This module will be over 2 weeks. So it will begin on September 9th and will end on the 23rd. So you've got 2 weeks to work through this module. There's a lot of work to be done. That's why you have 2 weeks. And from here on out, each module will be 2 weeks in length. And that I think will help you in thinking about constructing your unit plans, working through your readings, sharing your work with one another, writing in your journals, lots of things to be thinking about. So for this week, I'm going to have you read Building a Unit of Study and explore the embedded links. And I'm going to go through this in a minute. View the videos, complete your journal entry, and submit your UBD template with stages 1 and 2 completed for feedback by the end of this module. Do the discussion forum and begin planning for your field observations. So let me walk you through each of these items. I've given you a text here about building your unit of study. Please read this. The major project for this course is to construct a standards-aligned, proficiency-based, literacy and technology-rich, developmentally appropriate, discipline-specific unit of study that includes appropriate front-loading and scaffolding, includes differentiation strategies and techniques, employs sound pedagogical methodology based on research and proven education theory. And then I've parsed that out. I want you to read this carefully. This course is sort of the capstone course for our program of study for secondary ed. I know a lot of you are non-degree students and you're entering this class without having taken those prerequisites. I waived those prerequisites for you because you assured me that you would be able to do this class. So, having said that, you may have to get up to speed on some of these things, and I'm more than happy to help you. So if you need some support, let me know. But what it means is that you have to know your Common Core state standards on your main learning results. You have to understand literacy and how to incorporate literacy into a unit plan for all content areas, okay? There should be a technology component. I note here that's why 380 is part of the course of study for secondary ed. But again, if you haven't had 380, then you're going to need to add a technology component here. I'm happy to help you. Just let me know. Developmentally appropriate means you look at the age level for your unit of study. You take into consideration universal designs and so forth. Read this carefully. Discipline specific means it will be according to your discipline, but you can bring discipline studies into it as well. In fact, I encourage that. It really helps students connect the dots among their learning. It means that you will learn and employ front-loading and scaffolding tasks. Think of Vygotsky's ZPD. If you've had other courses, you know what this is, you know what it means to meet students where they are and bring them along. And not everybody's in the same place at once, okay? All right, so backward design material explanation. Okay, listen to my video, and then here are the 2 documents that you should print out to look at, all right? Then here's another video on the design template for the unit of study. Again, here's what you can print it out. I walk you through how to construct stage 1 and 2 of this backward design template. And so I just want to make sure you understand what we're doing here. We're coming up with a unit of study in your discipline. You're going to have it be a topic or a question or however you want, and I walk you through this in this video. So I don't want to do it all over again here in this little overview, but I want you to look at each one of these videos carefully, take notes. If you have questions, ask me. But I think most of your questions will be answered in my videos. And then here's a model for the UBD design. It's an English language arts model. Doesn't mean that the other disciplines can't use the general idea in order to construct their units. I'm gonna stop here though and say, and in this model and in the one previous when I'm giving you the template, when you get to the assessments, it says performance-based assessments, okay? And I'm going to stick to my guns on that. That's what proficiency-based learning is about, is being able to demonstrate your learning. And so while an objective test might be okay, it's not going to be your final assessment. It can be one other assessment. But I want in all content areas for there to be a performance-based assessment at the end. Here's another video on essential questions to help you sort of grapple with what that means. And then here are, again, some more resources to help you, okay, in terms of understanding what conceptual knowledge is, that's declarative knowledge, what procedural knowledge is. And so I think that these little handouts, these little links will help you in coming up with what does it mean to have declarative knowledge and procedural knowledge. And in those videos, I talk about those. Here are some more links for you to help think about instructional strategies. While you're not going to be designing your learning plan this week, you're only going to be doing the backward design for the topic, goals, and assessment. It's time to begin investigating some of these instructional strategies. I know some of you are already in the classroom. You may be using some of these strategies. You may be using strategies that were used when you were a student. The idea is to be open to new strategies, research-based strategies, and learn how to incorporate those into our everyday teaching. All right? So again, it's not necessary to use all of these, but use the ones that best fit the lesson. Here's an item on kinds of assessment to help you, grapple with the difference between formative assessment, assessment for learning, and summative assessment, assessment of learning. Okay. Unit of study presentation formats. How are you going to frame your learning? In my videos, I talk about, you can do inquiry-based, which you have a broad question, which is my favorite. Themes, you can have a thematic, and you can be genre-based. You can decide what you want to do in terms of how you want to frame your unit of study. But here are some resources to help you think about it. Your reading assignments for this week are here. I'm going to apologize for the health. I don't have that book yet. I'm hoping to get it. So those of you who are in the health section, bear with me. I had to add it on at the last minute, so there might be a delay in getting your text to you. Continue in your journal. Those of you who are in the health can write in your journal about the other materials here, since you don't have the book to read. And I hope that these books are helpful to you. Now, remember, I'm going to put you in content area groups to share your journals, but I'm still waiting for everybody to give me permission. I need those permissions before I can share your email. And I have them from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people. There are 21 people in this class, so I'm missing some. And so I need to get those before I can put you in groups. I can do the groups based on who I have, but those of you who haven't given me permission are going to get left out of a group. One more thing I want to say about journals. Please don't send me each week an individual document. Create one document to which you add each week, or one folder to which you add documents. And please make sure that you give me edit privileges. I need to be able to comment on those. If you give me view privileges, I can't do much with it. You also need to label your unit with your name. Just putting my reading journal is not helpful. I have to search to see whose it is. So with 21 students, I need to have 21 individual discrete, either documents or folders. I don't want to have, one person sending me 4 different documents for 4 different entries. That will be very confusing for me, and I will soon be overwhelmed by documents. So it needs to be a folder into which you put documents labeled with your name, please. You can put your name and content area, even better, okay? Name and content area. And then, or a folder into which you put documents. So one document to which you add each week, or one folder into which you put documents. Share it with me and give me edit privileges, and put your name and content area as the label for your journal. All right, please. And I hope that you'll fix those all for me, because it's kind of a mess right now. So your assignment then is to complete stages 1 and 2 of the UBD template and submit it here for feedback. It's for feedback only. Blackboard requires me to put a number in there, so if you do it, I put a 100 in that says you did it. But that's not the content. I'm going to give you feedback in Blackboard. Please make sure you read that feedback. In the past, I've had students just look at the number and not read the feedback, and that's not helpful. You need the feedback in order so you can keep working on it. It's not a one and done thing. This is going to be a recursive process where we keep working on it throughout the semester. So please make sure that you understand that it's for participation only and not content. It does not get figured into your final grade, all right? This is feedback only. This is formative work, people, all right? And make sure you read the feedback in Blackboard. Okay. Then you have a discussion, unit design, where you're going to share your template with your peers, explain what you're planning, why you feel this unit of study is important, and what age group you are targeting. Don't worry if it's not perfect. We already know that. Provide one another with critical feedback. This means asking respectful questions and offering constructive feedback. For example, questions that begin with, I wonder if, or had you thought about, are helpful without being overcritical. All right. If you have resources you might be useful, then share those resources. So this is going to be, and this is not optional. This is, you have to do this discussion forum. I want everybody to be working collaboratively here as a whole group, and then working collaboratively in your content or near content groups with your journal. Okay. Begin thinking about your field observation. There's been some confusion, and I apologize for that. It is 20 hours, and I thought I had changed it all everywhere, but clearly somewhere it says 10, and I can't find where it says 10. I've gone through everything, and I think I've changed it all, but if you find where it says 10 somewhere, please let me know exactly where it is so I can change that. But it is 20 hours of observation, okay? And I must have your CHRCC, which is your criminal check clearance, and a signed copy of UMA's risk and release before you can undertake field observation, even if you are a practicing teacher in that particular school. I need to have that. I've received some already, but I'm still waiting for more, okay? And you need to give me some heads up on where you plan on doing your field observation. And remember, there's an alternate assignment if you are a practicing teacher to do a self-reflection. I encourage you to try to do some of the hours as observing other teachers. It's valuable to get out of your own classroom. I know it can be difficult sometimes, but if you have to give up a free period, please, see it as a professional development opportunity. So let me know where you are on that field observation and get me those CHRCCs and the risk and release. So that's it for Module 2. It's a lot to think about, a lot to watch, a lot to do, a lot to read, but you have 2 weeks. Pace yourself. If you have questions, please let me know. I've tried to, with my model, give you as much information as I can about how to construct this and align the various aspects of this. So hopefully it will be useful to you. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll be talking to you soon.